Hey, this is Emily and Dan. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday.
What's up, guys? This week, sponsored by Waterloo East Girls Track. You see right here. We're glad to be here today.
What's up with that?
What's up Wednesday? Hey, we're going to talk about going outside. Hopefully it's warming up where you guys are and people are starting to go outside. So today we're going to talk about the acclimation from indoor to outdoor. Are you an indoor guy?
Outdoor.
If you're indoor in the winter, what do you do?
I run on indoor tracks.
Okay. Elliptical?
Haven't.
Treadmill?
Nope. Too long.
How about you?
Outside as much as I can.
All right. I have suspicions about the elliptical machine. I understand you're not pounding and you can get your heart rate up, but is it the same as running? A lot of times people hop on there as an alternative. I would much rather see people on a treadmill or a track because elliptical, I just feel like some of it's getting done for you. All right, so now we go outside. What are some things you would tell people?
Well, I coach young girls, so that's the big thing we really preach to the girls is that you have to run outside 2 to 3 times a week because in Iowa, when track season starts, it's February. We're going to run outside. It's going to be 20 degrees. And if you don't run outside at all, you're going to go outside and you'll be tight. You're never going to get warmed up. You're just never going to get going because you're just not acclimated to it.
What we see is even teams, when track starts, we get all these shin splints. Shin splints are something that nag a lot of people, and it can be because track season starts and they do all these coaches are just trying to get the kids to work out somewhere, so they take them inside and they're running in hallways on cement floors and stuff. That's really hard, right? People that all of a sudden go from the treadmill 4 days a week and say, oh, it's 40 plus degrees every day now, I'm outside 4 days a week. That's kind of a big no-no.
Yeah, you're going from a treadmill or elliptical or something that has that give or helps you aid to a hard pavement or whatnot. So now you have a bunch of legs that are used to a little leeway on their hard pounding and then they take that on the concrete and aggravating those muscles and irritating them. And
one thing would be when you move and when you change from being inside to outside, do it in small increments. And so I hate to tell you that, hey, it's nice outside, but you need to stay inside. But if you've chosen to be inside the confines of a gym on a treadmill or something in the winter, 4 days a week, do 1 day outside 1 week, and the next week do 2 days, and then 3 days before you shift to being outside all the time, and you'll save yourself a lot of damage and hopefully some time off because people get shin splints and they got to take time off, which is the opposite of what they want to do when the weather gets nice. What do you got to say?
I just run outside all winter.
How long have you done that? How long have you been outside year-round?
This is probably the second winter that I have been, that I would prefer to go outside.
And what was the biggest acclimation learning to do that, going outside?
I think just getting used to being cold that first mile. Because
Yeah.
I know that I'm gonna warm up, so if I can get over the mental hurdle of,
Yeah.
it's cold outside.
And not overdress.
Yeah, not overdressed, but not underdressed.
Sure.
And the treadmill just is really boring for me, so it was just kind of a mental switch.
we had to kick Dan out. He's too good looking. He was fighting for my spot, and I just can't have that.
Zoe might like him better.
I can't take that risk.
You can't risk that. Anyway, obviously inside on the treadmill, there isn't any air resistance. Once you get outside, even on a non-windy day, you're still running through the air. So you're creating wind. Does that make sense? One way to avoid injuries or even just, cardiovascular, it's harder to run outside. You can run your outside pace inside by putting the treadmill to a 1.5% incline. That makes the pace comparable. Otherwise, inside your pace is faster. Mm-hmm. So you'll hear people, tends to be beginners who have started training over the winter, but they can run a 5K in this time, and then they just want to go outside and run their 5K in that time, and it's not exactly the same. It's just harder to run outside.
Am I up now? You're up. you know, in the wintertime, one of the reasons I like snowshoeing so much is that I want to make sure I get some quality. You go outside, you know, it's good that you're outside, in my opinion. You get fresh air, you're banging a little bit, so you're not going to have a bad acclimation in spring. But if it's really, really crappy streets, you're running pretty slow, your heart rate's not up. You throw on a pair of snowshoes, you're in the woods, I spend that much time running, but my heart rate's up, so I get a still quality workout without having to be slave to inside. That's a little tip. Get some snowshoes, everybody. Snowshoes are cool.
You're only cool if you pee your pants.
Ooh. That's coming, I promise. We'll be working on that. Actually, I just did.